Hello everyone. Welcome to the Blockchain News Club. Let's take a brief intro into today's crypto updates before going into the details. US SEC may face more scrutiny from Congress ahead as Financial Services Committee stated that the agency has not been reauthorized since 2015. India is working with the Financial Stability Board to reach a consensus on regulating cryptocurrencies during the country's G20 presidency itself, Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth said. In India, the central bank is testing digital currency across wholesale and retail segments. A leading Indian retail chain, Reliance Retail, has begun accepting the national CBDC, the digital e-rupee. The lawsuit had alleged Coinbase's participation in promotions, giving news updates of the crypto price movements of digital assets which according to the plaintiff qualify as unregistered securities. Will Coinbase relist XRP back to the platform? Financial Review, an Australian media outlet, tweeted yesterday that Ripple now dominates Australian cryptocurrency exchange trading volumes. The artificial intelligence tool ChatGPT calculated the price of XRP in order to handle $1 trillion transactions every single day. Before we dive deep into today's updates, please subscribe to our Blockchain News Club channel. It will help us immensely. US SEC running without Congress authorization? The Securities and Exchange Commission of the United States has been criticized for regulatory overreach in the market for digital assets. The commission is accused of failing to stop the terrible FTX collapse. However, after obtaining a summary judgment in the LBRY case, the agency is hoping to prevail in the XRP action. According to Eleanor Tourette, a Fox Business journalist, Congress will soon be scrutinizing the US SEC more closely. It has been reported by the U.S. Financial Services Committee that the Commission has not received a renewal since 2015. Congress is required by law to evaluate and amend a government agency as part of the reauthorization process. This is done to make sure the agency is prepared to function effectively while achieving its declared goal. Congress ensures that the organization is given the proper amount of financing from the federal government to carry out its functions. For the fiscal year 2023, the US SEC reportedly obtained funding of more than $2 billion. The Commission's authorization, meanwhile, expired in 2015. This clearly means that Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, must now oppose the Financial Services Committee investigation. Gensler will need to demonstrate that the Commission is operating well and that the money it has been given by the government is appropriate. According to Tourette, the new action by the Financial Services Committee to reauthorize the Commission is a first step in the GOP's plan to severely restrict the organization. The committee will keep an eye on all facets of US SEC operations, activities, and other initiatives, in accordance with the HFSC oversight strategy. To make sure the agency is carrying out its responsibility to protect investors, this will be done. India working to build consensus on crypto regulation during G20 presidency. According to Economic Affairs Secretary Ajay Seth, India is collaborating with the Financial Stability Board to come to a decision on cryptocurrency regulation even during the country's G20 leadership. The FSB is an international organization that oversees and provides suggestions for the world financial system. It was founded in 2009 following the G20 conference. Seth claimed that emerging economies addressed the IMF paper on cryptocurrency on January 15 and 16 in an interview with the news agency PTI. Our workshop lasted for 1.5 days. After that, they are writing a paper for a seminar that will be held on February 23 in Bengaluru alongside the G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors Conference, according to Seth. During the conference, the government hopes to come to an agreement on international rules for cryptocurrencies, he noted. According to Seth, the rationale for cooperating with the FSB is that the G20 countries at least broadly concur on the policy position toward crypto assets as well as the path for regulations. G20 is one of the largest economic forums in the world, with its members accounting for more than 80% of the world's GDP, 75% of the global trade, and 60% of the world's population. Indian Retail Group begins accepting CBDC payments. Leading Indian retail chain Reliance Retail has started accepting the digital rupee, the country's official currency, at one of its store lines and plans to extend the payment method to all of its businesses. The information was released in a news release by its fintech partner, Innovatai Technologies. In a concept note published in October of last year, the Reserve Bank of India, the country's central bank, described plans for the CBDC in India. The possible advantages and disadvantages of a digital rupee in the nation were among the many variables that the central bank defined. According to the corporation, CBDC assistance is already offered at Reliance Retail's gourmet store line. The business also said that it will add support for the digital rupee to all of its locations, which might hasten the adoption of CBDC across the nation. For the CBDC payment system, Reliance Retail has worked with the banks ICICI Bank and Kotak Mahindra Bank as well as the fintech Innovatai Technologies. Customers who opt to pay in the CBDC will receive a QR code to complete their transaction at the facility. According to V. Subramanyam, Director of Reliance Retail Limited, this historic initiative of pioneering the acceptance of digital money at our outlets is in accordance with the company's strategic aim of delivering the power of choice to Indian consumers. The central bank began a wholesale pilot program for the digital rupee for businesses and institutions in November of last year. On December 1, 2022, the central bank began a retail digital rupee experiment with 4 banks in 4 major cities, 1 month after testing the wholesale CBDC. As part of the pilot, the same denominations of digital currency will be issued and distributed through financial intermediaries, and users should be able to conduct transactions through a digital wallet offered by the aforementioned banks. Coinbase wins case about selling unregistered securities. In the most recent development, cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase was successful in having a lawsuit against it dismissed because some of its users claimed that it allowed the selling of unregistered securities. When Coinbase sold 79 digital assets in October 2021, several customers filed a class action lawsuit against the company in federal court in New York, demanding damages because they believed the sales were illegal contracts because the platform hadn't registered with the SEC. According to the lawsuit, Coinbase encouraged the purchase of tokens by giving users information about the tokens and their alleged values. Additionally, the lawsuit claims Coinbase of engaging in advertising, providing news updates on the fluctuations in the price of cryptocurrencies as well as links to online articles. The U.S. District Judge, Paul A. Engelmeyer, responds to Coinbase's request that the action be dismissed. He made no remarks, however, about the initial question of whether the digital assets were securities. The issue of whether those digital assets constituted securities would have been the primary battleground, according to Engelmeyer, if the action had been permitted to proceed. The judge also pointed out that the rules of Coinbase's user agreement run counter to the claims made in the case, according to which Coinbase owns all bitcoins traded on the exchange. Also emphasized by the judge was the fact that Coinbase didn't actively seek out investors. Judge Engelmeyer responded to the charge of promotion by saying that their actions are of a piece with the marketing efforts, materials, and services. So, they aren't considered active solicitations by courts. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has tightened its oversight of cryptocurrency exchanges in light of the significant failures of a number of crypto lending businesses and initiatives last year. Additionally, the recent failure of the cryptocurrency exchange FTX has compelled the SEC to take similar steps. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission fined the cryptocurrency exchange Gemini last month for offering its Gemini Earn program that included the sale of unregistered securities to users. However, Tiles Winklevoss, a co-founder of Gemini, has referred to the SEC's accusations as very pathetic. He added saying, "As a matter of background, the Earn program was regulated by the NIFs and we've been in discussions with the SEC about the Earn program for more than 17 months. The latest development with Coinbase might give some exchanges the confidence to deal with the SEC on securities-related matters. As we know, crypto firm Ripple has been fighting for over 2 years over the alleged sale of XRP as unregistered securities. Since SEC's lawsuit, Coinbase suspended the trading of XRP on the platform. However, new developments suggest that Ripple holds the edge in the case and a settlement is likely this year. If so, Coinbase will relist XRP back to the platform. Ripple ally advocates for Coinbase relisting XRP. Here's its argument. As one of the top crypto trading platforms that trades openly on the Nasdaq, Coinbase did everything it could to avoid coming under the SEC's scrutiny by allowing XRP trades even though its classification as a security is still up for debate. Despite the fact that the exchange also deleted XRP from its wallet, a number of industry professionals have provided extensive justifications for why the trading platform need not worry about delisting the asset. LBRY asserted that holders' sales of XRP on the secondary market do not constitute securities after losing its own securities lawsuit to the SEC earlier this year and relying on the precedent set by those legal processes. One of the biggest setbacks for the cryptocurrency after the case is the delisting of the XRP coin. At the moment, the coin's price fell precipitously as some users dealing on the platforms that delisted it had to sell their holdings. The two potential outcomes in the dispute between the US SEC and the blockchain payments company may wind up benefiting the XRP token. While many think Ripple has a possibility of winning the regulator, XRP coin might be relisted if this occurs because it will be obvious that the regulator's securities argument is an abuse of agency authority. If the SEC prevails, exchanges won't be allowed to relist XRP, but the coin will be able to follow a new, explicit plan to recoup its lost price valuation. Ripple lawsuit may be over soon. Transactions skyrocket on Australian crypto exchanges. Australian media publication Financial Review tweeted yesterday that Ripple currently dominates trading volumes on local cryptocurrency exchanges. The most likely cause of this stellar XRP success in Australia is that more and more Australian consumers are adopting Ripple's cross-border remittance payment, taking advantage of the high liquidity of the asset. As you may already be aware, XRP functions as a bridge token between various fiat currencies, including the Australian dollar, US dollar, and euro. As a result, it enables customers to make payments in local currencies when they arrive at their destination. According to statistics, 62% of the total BTC trading volumes in the Australian market are accounted for by Ripple's XRP. While Ripple Labs, the firm that issued XRP, is still engaged in a legal dispute with the Securities Exchange Commission over whether or not the token qualifies as a security, XRP is undoubtedly growing in popularity in Australia. The conclusion of the lawsuit, which is eagerly expected, will probably have a significant impact not just on the price of Ripple, but also on the entire cryptocurrency market. Analysts predict that the litigation will be resolved in the first half of 2023, but given that it has been repeatedly delayed, it may happen later. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for regular updates in the blockchain community.